What got you into the field of education?
Well, most people don't know, but I have a son that's autistic. And dealing with my son, I've learned so many things about how to deal with a child, and especially a special needs child. So one of the things that I saw that my kid was lacking as a student was having a teacher that really understood them, that could adapt to them and support their learning, because students have all different types of learning styles. And it's important that we encourage all students to learn on their own level and personalize their learning. So with that being said, coming from a field of financial aid, working in higher education, it made me more determined to be able to support my child to begin my journey as an educator. So I went back to school and got my degree, and now I'm in the classroom.
And so I love how you said that, because you took things that was going on in your personal life and you transitioned and you use it as fuel to actually help you become a better teacher and a better educator. And it's evident in your students. I just interviewed your students outside, and one thing we talked about is how they love how you get them, keep them focused and engaged and locked in. And then the kid says something about, I'll wait, but I won't wait long. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, sir. So one of the things that I do with my students is I tend to never raise my voice. I don't believe that I can get their attention by raising my voice. So what I would do is I would patiently wait. And just to demonstrate to you, when my students are, as I say, need my attention or need more attention from me, if they are off task, instead of fussing at them and calling them out, I'll just stand there and I'll say, I'll wait, but I won't wait long. And I will patiently get quiet and just wait for them. Because I wait, that gives them that moment to self-direct themselves instead of me always calling them out and saying, you need to do this, that, and the other. Because my students, they respond better when I give them that more accountability. Therefore, they're responsible for their own actions. I just patiently wait on them. No rush, but I will patiently wait for them to do a turnaround and to think and regroup.
I love it. I love it. And Ms. Harper, one thing I've learned and I love about your class is that your students are confident.
Absolutely.
Like, they're confident learners, confident readers. I was in here the other day and we talked about how we had a group of young men.
Yes.
All of them could read and they were confident. Every last one of them was raising their hand. And then you got your young ladies out there doing interviews, asking questions. So how do you build confident students in your class?
Well, Coach Spivey, it's important for the teacher to feel confident. The first thing I always pride myself into doing is having teacher clarification. That is so essential for our students. When the teacher demonstrates teacher clarification, then the students would demonstrate student clarification. Therefore, I can literally teach a lesson. My students will receive that lesson, process it in their own manner, and then they can literally respond and demonstrate to what I exactly taught them or what they have learned. That's that personalized learning. That's me focusing on what our standard is, setting that expectation, our students developing their own learning target and success criteria. It's essential for students to develop their own, because we can teach them, but they will only demonstrate what they have learned. So it's important for the teacher to come in with that energy and being confident in what is required for me as an educator, a radical educator, as I call myself. It's important for students to feel that energy. My students are very confident, and that's what I love about teaching, because I build their confidence and then they show me how they can help me build my confidence. They demonstrate every day when they come in and they work hard and they're dedicated to the process the same way I am. And it's been modeled over and over and over. I cannot do it alone, Coach. It's important that we bring these students in, we engage them, we make them confident about what they can do. One of the things you mentioned about the boys reading, I have about 14 boys in my class, and I only have about 4 or 5 girls in my class. So it's important that all my students learn, particularly my boys, because I have so many of them, and therefore I make sure that they have that confidence. Now my girls, making sure they have that confidence and they strive for the best. It's important to make sure we set that expectation and help our children reach that goal. Give them that determination that they need to be productive, confident, and also just inspiring to other students that are on the same grade level, inspiring even with their parents. They are a reflection of their process, their environment, their community. They are a reflection of Union Elementary stars. And it's essential to give our students the equipment that they need to shine each and every day.
And I heard a lot of powerful words in there. I heard a lot of energy.
Yes.
And I see the commitment and passion coming from you. So my question is, What is your superpower?
My superpower. My superpower is I have learned to step back. It's important as an educator. Once you've done everything you needed to do to equip your students, step back and allow them to show what they've learned. Allow them to learn at their own process. Help them along, but we're not enabling them. We're having them to become independent thinkers, independent learners. Step back. I am not a lecture teacher. I am the type of teacher that you would come in my class, even during an observation, I would sit on a desk and I will listen to my students because what they say is so important to me. That's how I develop who needs the assistance and when they need that assistance. So many times I've learned to step back and not to engage, and then I can actually see if the student is processing the information and how they're processing it, and also they're demonstrating their learning. But I don't rush in. I patiently wait. And it's important as an educator to step back and allow our students to become the students, the star students that we want them to become. But they can never do that if we're always engaging, we're always there enabling them. That's not what we need to do as educators. Teach, allow them to process, let them demonstrate their learning. So I would say my special power is sitting back, waiting. And that's one of the reasons why I say I'll wait, but I won't wait long.
All right. Now the kids, your students said that Miss Harper be standing on business like all day, every day.
Yes.
Like they said that she don't play about her work. They said she definitely don't tolerate no disrespect.
Absolutely.
Said that Miss Harper makes sure that everybody gonna get her work, and if they don't get her work, she got a big problem. Ladies and gentlemen, we was out there filming, and we had some kids actually about to start filming. Miss Harper grabbed them jokers and said, "Hey, y'all need to go ahead and get your work. Y'all ain't got my work done. Y'all ain't gonna be filmed." So, Miss Harper, how is it that you keep that level of respect, that level of discipline, but all your kids still love you?
Absolutely. So, Coach Spivey, one of the things that I always tell my students is, help me help you. That's important. When students know that you care, Coach Spivey, they'll do anything. My students know that I care. The one thing that I pride myself in is making sure my students are getting the best education as they deserve, and the best education that they can on each and every day, because each day is different. It's never the same. That's why it's so important, as I stated before, Coach Spivey, is to make sure we demonstrate that teacher clarity to our students, and the students demonstrate the student clarity to us, and make sure we set an expectation that they have to meet. I do not lower my standards because my students aren't coming to par. My standard is still there. I help build my students to close that gap, that learning gap that so many times our students have in their experience. My students know when they come in, first off, you're going to get a better education. Second off, you're going to do all my work. It's not necessarily a requirement, it's expected. This is a school, this is a higher education institution. We will teach or have it be an institution as expected. We will have it where it's a learning environment, and you know it's a learning environment, but you also get to play. And you also get to laugh and learn. And one other things, a secret power of mine, I feed my kids. My kids have snacks in my class. There are certain times during the day where they can eat a certain snack, or snacks that they bring, or either snacks that has been donated to us, or snacks that I bring. We do a lot of celebration, a lot of things that happen for my students, and I know it shows them growth, and also they have that expectation, Coach, is as soon as they show up and they show out in class by meeting that expectation, whether it's on our standardized test or either just a classroom test, it's celebration time. That instant gratification is very, very essential for our students, because they need to know, I'm expected to do this, but as a result, this will happen. So therefore, they know if I do this, I know I'm going to have this option, that option, and this option. It's important for my kids to have student choice. It is their education, and I give that responsibility back to them. My students know when you come in, my tolerance level, because one of the things I say is very, very low for nonsense. That's not the type of class environment that I'm trying to demonstrate here. It's important for my students to understand that when you come in, you're expected to do what you need to do because I'm expected to do what I need to do. And no matter who comes through the door, we're still performing at the highest level of excellence.